Good morning, OHS. Today is Wednesday, March 30th, and it is a B-Day. I'm Andrew Pora, and I'm joined by my co-host, Jack Hall.
Good morning, Bucks. Coming up on today's show, we'll discuss OHS support of Ukraine, senior class graduation countdown, and more. Before we get on to the announcements, I'll send it over to Neil for a look at today's weather.
Thanks, guys. Today we're looking at some cloudy skies with some possible rain later in the day. Now on to your 5-day forecast. This week we'll see some mixed weather and more cold temperatures coming by the weekend. Now back to the desk with Drew and Jack with the rest of your announcements.
Thanks, Neil. So, Andrew, what do you think about the spring weather that we're seeing?
You know, could be better. So of course there's snow, why wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Same way as you.
Yep. Let's take a look at today's announcements. The French Club meeting will be on Thursday, March 31st in room 258. We will be finishing coloring fish for our school-wide April Fool's celebration and decorating lockers. New members are welcome. Time permitting, we will also be learning about French Easter traditions and French Easter vocabulary. Attention seniors, the countdown to graduation celebration will be on April 8th. Seniors will be dismissed from their first period class and proceed to Layton Gym for a class photo. Dress for the day event would be considered dressy casual. If you would like to purchase a copy of the photo, please pick up an order envelope outside Miss Gill's room 273. Class photos will be $20 each, cash only, and need to be paid before the photo. After the photo, seniors will walk back to OHS for breakfast and a show in the theater. After the show is done, your day is done. Now send it over to Jack for the rest of your announcements.
Thanks, Drew. The Key Club and Social Activism Club have teamed up to collect donations to benefit the people of Ukraine through the International Medical Corps. Club members have decorated jars that have been placed throughout the building along with laminated informational sheets to explain what the purpose of the collection is as well as where the funds will be donated to. Any monetary donations such as paper money or change are greatly appreciated and can be made to any jar in the building. Donations can be made to any jar at any frequency until spring break begins. That's all for today's announcements. I'll send it over to Billy for a look at our Buccaneer sports.
Thanks, Jack and Drew. Tonight, the varsity girls lacrosse team hosts Chittenango for their season opening scrimmage. Tomorrow night, the JV girls and varsity boys also scrimmage on the home turf. Come out and support the Bucks. That's all for your sports and show. Have a great day, OHS.
Hello, this is a message from Social Activism Club. In Social Activism Club, we discuss social issues concerning race, sexuality, and gender. We aim to introduce and educate ourselves on sensitive subjects and issues throughout the world as well as in our school. We meet every first and third Monday in the library. Please contact our officers if interested in joining, as well as our advisors, Mrs. Free and Ms. Siorio, at the emails below.
Today we are going to be discussing Women's History Month. Women's History Month celebrates and honors all the contributions women have made to history. It starts on March 1st and ends March 31st. This year's theme is providing, healing, and promoting hope.
The actual celebration of Women's History Month grew from the week-long celebration of women's history that was organized by a school district in Sonoma, California in 1978. A few years later, when it's becoming popular in many communities around the country, President Carter declared the week of March 8th as National Women's History Week. Following this, 6 years later, the National Women's History Project successfully petitioned to expand the celebration to the entire month of March.
Purple is signified as the official color of International Women's Day, which was founded more than a century ago after thousands of women protested in March to demand voting rights. Internationally, purple is used to represent women, along with strength and dignity. Historically, the combination of purple, white, and green has been used to symbolize women's equality, stemming from the Women's Social and Political Union in the UK in 1908.
Women's History Month celebrates women's accomplishments made throughout American history while acknowledging struggles women still face in today's society. Women's History Month celebrates the evolution of women's rights, such as events like the Seneca Falls Convention and the fight for women's suffrage. This attempts to bring light to modern women's issues, such as the wage gap, because even today, women make an average of 82 cents for every dollar a man earns. An inspiring woman who is a part of our local history is Dr. Mary Walker. Dr. Walker was an American abolitionist, suffragist, and a prisoner of war, as well as a surgeon. She is known for her bravery during the Civil War and her practices for breaking clothing stereotypes. She is the only woman to ever receive the Medal of Honor and is included in the Women's National Hall of Fame.
We are proud to recognize this inspiring resident of Oswego and our Mary Walker Health Center dedicated to her.